Hey, welcome. So, you've got a book inside you, right? A really powerful nonfiction book that's just packed with your expertise and your big ideas. But let's be honest, getting it from your head onto the page, well, it can feel pretty much impossible sometimes. In this explainer, we're going to break down a system that's designed to change all of that. We are going to map out exactly how you can get your first draft finished in just 30 days. So let's just get right to it. Why isn't that book of yours finished yet? I mean, you've probably been thinking about it for months, maybe even for years. You've got the knowledge, you've got the passion, but something's holding you back. And you know what? It's a super frustrating place to be. And trust me, you are not alone in this.
Does any of this sound familiar? You've got all these brilliant ideas, but they're scattered everywhere. In notebooks, on your phone, in random documents. Or maybe you've got a few chapters written, but they're just sitting there on your hard drive, collecting digital dust. Or, and this might be the worst one, you sit down, you open up a blank page, and poof, nothing. You just freeze up. Look, these aren't signs that you can't be a writer. They're just signs that you're missing a process.
And that brings us right to the solution. And it's a completely counterintuitive idea, one that kind of flips the whole writing process on its head. Instead of stressing about chapter one, we're going to start at the very end, with the promise you make to your reader on the back cover. This is what we call the pitch-to-page method. And what's so cool about this is that it forces you to think like your reader from the absolute first minute. You start by figuring out that promise. Why? Because that single, crystal clear promise becomes the compass that guides literally every single decision you make from here on out. And it all boils down to this one simple sentence. Seriously, think of it as your lighthouse in a storm. This book helps a specific reader go from their current starting point to their desired result by following your unique approach. This isn't just some marketing slogan. It is the actual DNA of your entire book. It spells out who you're helping, what transformation you're promising, and exactly how you're going to get them there. And this quote just nails it. Getting super specific about your reader and your promise doesn't limit your book's potential at all. It focuses it. It sharpens it. And when your purpose is that sharp, your writing becomes incredibly powerful. Okay, so you've got your pitch. Now what? How do you actually turn that one sentence into a finished draft in just a month? Let's get into the roadmap. This is where that huge, overwhelming idea of writing a book gets broken down into small, totally manageable steps. The whole journey is broken down into 3 simple phases. First, we build the foundation. That's all about clarity and structure. Second, we move into drafting, where you use a blueprint to write fast and stay focused. And finally, there's the finishing phase, where you learn how to push through that resistance and get ready for revision. So let's dive into phase 1. This is all the prep work you do before you even think about writing a single paragraph of your actual book. It's about creating so much clarity up front that the writing part, well, it almost starts to feel easy. It even changes how you think about something as basic as your table of contents. You know, what's really fascinating here is the massive mindset shift this represents. The old way of making a table of contents is just a list of topics. It's about what you want to say. The new way, it turns it into a promise in motion. Each chapter becomes a deliberate step on a journey, guiding your reader from their problem to their solution, all perfectly lined up with that pitch we talked about. All right. Once that foundation is solid, you are ready for phase 2, drafting with a blueprint. This, right here, is the secret weapon against that dreaded fear of the blank page. You never just sit down to write. No, you sit down with a crystal clear plan for exactly what needs to happen. And this quote just says it all. The blueprint phase is where you do all the heavy thinking ahead of time. You get clear on what each chapter is for before you try to write it. Separating the thinking from the writing, that's the thing that unlocks your speed and flow. It's a total game changer. And the core tool for this is the one-page chapter brief. For every single chapter, you just map out these 4 simple things. What's the one key idea? What are the 3 main takeaways for my reader? What's one great story or example I can use? And what's one action step they should take? Once you have this, you're not writing from scratch anymore. You're just connecting the dots. And finally, let's talk about phase 3, finishing with focus. This is where reality hits, right? Motivation starts to fade, life gets in the way, self-doubt starts whispering in your ear. This phase is all about giving you the tools to just power through all of that noise. The absolute key mindset for this phase is all about momentum. During your 30-day draft, your one and only job is to get words on the page. That's it. Don't edit, don't second guess, don't try to write perfect sentences. Just
Keep moving. A messy, finished draft is infinitely better than a perfect, unfinished one. You can fix anything later. So what this all really boils down to is one core idea. Finishing a book isn't about sitting around waiting for some lightning bolt of inspiration to strike. Nope. It's about having a reliable system that works even on the days you really don't feel like it. And here's why a system like this is so effective. It gets rid of all the guesswork. You end up writing way faster because every chapter has a clear job to do. It's designed for short, consistent sessions, so it's actually practical for busy people. It's all about real-world results, not just theory. I love this because it's just so empowering, you know? It means you can let go of all that pressure to feel creative or motivated every single day. The process will carry you. Your job isn't to wait for inspiration. Your job is just to show up and begin. So look, the knowledge is in your head. The transformation you can offer someone is so valuable. The system to get it all done exists. Your story is ready. The only real question left is, are you?